I want to live in a world where we don't have to always go against the grain of gender divides. You know, how did we get here with this whole snowflake, wokerati, counterfactual? How did we get here? How did we allow ourselves to get caught up in this? And where does this lead and where does this go? When we look back at how we got ourselves caught up in this, we will kick ourselves in the foot. Because at the end of the day, I know how I feel. I don't know how you feel, but I know how I feel. I don't know your fear. I know the things that made me fear, what society taught me to fear, and the things I had to break down and unlearn and relearn for myself in order to give myself affirmation and the power to move on, to forgive people who really should have known better, and forgive myself. No, I wasn't overreacting. It was very wrong what happened to me, and the system that allowed it to continue. And unfortunately, it's not just one type of race that was part of this, unfortunately. And sometimes we have to face uncomfortable truths. I want to live in a world where all rights are supported and loved, but we live in a world of religious dogma, heteronormatic ideology, which is not compatible to my life. Although I actually do acknowledge that, it is part of culture, it's a rich culture. I do know a lot of husbands are lying to their wives and their families and the God that they say they absolutely love to the hilt. So, I'm not part of that society, but it goes on, and we don't talk much about that. And also the women who allow it too. Let's not be disillusioned. Most women and most men are law-abiding citizens, yet we get ourselves caught up in these cultural complications. We talk about tradition and values and all of that, but that goes up in the air when the marriage is all annulled and then things are going on in the woods and no one talks about it. It's very it's like we haven't really learned anything from Muriel's wedding. In life people do move on. We call people bad boys, bad girls, tomboys, all that, but we misunderstand when we put labels on people. Those who are more radical, they will remind those people what they said and did. And it carries on, decade in, decade out. I just hope we get to a society where we learn from each other, learn from history, because I really do want a society that actually works together. Learn lessons from the past, remind ourselves of history, come and gone, and actually stop repeating history and learning to love each other. It's not going to be easy. It's complex. It involves trust and real understanding and choosing to, because another situation is the same. We all have they say that we all got a plan to sell, but at the end of the day, there's a bit of life with peace and harmony where we do need support and love at the end of the day. Thank you very much.